Do you think it's impossible to wash clothes without soap? The Romans did. Without detergent, without hot water, without a washing machine. 8,000 tunics a week, 200,000 kilograms of dirty wool, soaked in sweat, blood, dirt, and lice, and not a trace. Their clothes were cleaner than those of medieval knights, cleaner than those of the Greeks, sometimes cleaner than yours. What did they wash clothes with? How? The Roman army was a cleaning machine. No soap, no chemicals, using 3 ingredients you'd find in any home, but you'd hardly think to use, and one of them is your own urine. Yes, you heard right. Urine, ammonia, free, powerful, deadly to dirt and lice. How did the Romans wash clothes without soap and hot water? A system, a cruel, smelly, but effective system. Today you'll learn how a Roman legionary turned his urine into laundry detergent, and why his tunic was whiter than your t-shirt. First, some numbers. One legionary changed his tunic twice a week. In a camp of 8,000 men, that's 16,000 tunics a week, plus cloaks, plus foot wraps, plus rags, plus slave clothing. Total, about 20,000 items of clothing a week. No soap, no hot water, clean. How? Method 1. Urine. The Romans collected urine from public restrooms and barracks. Yes, they placed amphorae on street corners. Passers-by defecated in the amphorae. When the amphora was full, slaves carried it to the falanica, the laundry. There, the urine was poured into large vats. Water was added. The mixture was left for several days. The urine fermented, and the ammonia intensified. Then the clothing was dipped in this solution, and they scrubbed them with their feet. 4 hours. Wool tunics. The ammonia broke down the grease and dirt. The lice suffocated. The clothes became clean, and they smelled like urine. But that was later. But they were clean. Method 2. Soda. Not baking soda. Natural. The Romans extracted soda from soda lakes in Egypt. Knit rum. It's sodium carbonate. It softened water and bleached fabrics, but soda was expensive. It was used only for officers' tunics and banners. Soldiers made do with urine. Method 3. Clay. Yes, clay. Credophilonia. A special clay from certain quarries. It was soaked in water until it became a liquid mud. Then they rubbed this mud onto wool tunics. The clay absorbed the grease. When the clay dried, it was shaken out, along with the mud. Simple, cheap, effective, but the most cunning method was the 4th. Potash, ash. The Romans burned certain types of wood, beech, oak. They poured water over the ash, let it steep. The result was lye, caustic, powerful. They used it to wash the dirtiest things. Cloaks soaked in blood, the clothes of the sick, rags from the infirmary. The lye burned the skin. Slaves worked with gloves or wooden tongs. And now the human factor. Imagine yourself a slave in a Roman laundry. You arrive at dawn. A mountain of dirty tunics lies before you. You roll up your pants and step into a vat of urine. It's cold. The stench is so nauseating it makes you sick. You begin to trample the clothes with your feet. 4 hours, day after day. Your skin cracks. Your nails turn yellow. Your eyes water from the ammonia. But you work, because if you stop, the slave trader will sell you to the mines. And it's worse there. What if you're a soldier? You hand over your dirty tunic to the laundry. You get a clean one. You don't think about how it was washed. You just put it on, and thank the gods you're not the one trampling on the urine. The stakes. If the laundry couldn't handle it, the lice multiplied. Diseases spread. Dysentery, fever. The centurion checked the cleanliness of the tunics. If he found nits, the soldier was punished with a rod, and sent to wash the clothes himself, barehanded, without gloves. Afterward, the soldier's hands hurt, but the tunic was clean. If the laundry used too much urine, the clothes smelled. The soldiers complained. The centurion beat them. The laundry was punished. The work was redone. If they used too little, the clothes remained dirty. The lice survived. Everyone became infected. Epidemic, death. The Romans found a balance. 3 parts urine, 1 part water, 2 days of fermentation, then washing. Proportions developed over centuries. Compare this with other armies. The Greeks washed their clothes in the river. With soap? No, they simply rinsed them. Lice lived in the folds. Greek soldiers scratched themselves in formation. The Romans did not. Medieval knights didn't wash their clothes at all. Their chain mail rusted. The fabric underneath rotted. The knights stank so much that ladies fainted. The Romans did not. The Romans smelled of urine. Not for long. Then it aired out. But at least it was clean. But there was one detail that wasn't mentioned in the textbooks. Sometimes laundries used horse urine. It's stronger, Sometimes they used dog urine, the most caustic option, for the dirtiest items. After washing, the clothes were rinsed in clean water and dried in the sun. The sun bleached, killed the odor, killed the lice. So, the answer to the riddle: how did the Romans wash clothes without soap and hot water? Urine, ash, clay, baking soda, patience, and slaves who trampled the clothes in vats of urine. The Romans turned waste into a resource. As always, as everywhere, because Rome is a system, even in laundry. You buy laundry detergent for $5. You press the delicate wash button, and the Roman soldier gave the tunic to the slave. The slave trampled it in urine, and then the tunic hung in the sun, white, clean, ready for the next wash. March, 8,000 tunics a week, not a single stain, not a single knit. Rome conquered not only with the sword, but also with urine. And now the question I promised you. You washed your t-shirt. It smells fresh. Now imagine washing it in cold urine, with your feet, in a vat, once a week, for the entire 20 years of service. Could you do it? Write in the comments. What's worse, washing in urine or walking around dirty? And subscribe, because in the next video, I'll tell you how the Romans dried their clothes in the rain. Spoiler, they didn't, and that was a problem. Don't miss it.